Take a look at Ford stock. Investors are cheering shares after Ford's new push to charge up its future was just announced. Shares are jumping 8.5% on the company's new $30 billion Ford Plus plan, which aims to have 40% of its U.S. automakers' global volume to go all electric by 2030. But could a micro-sized wrench be thrown into Ford's ambitious plans? There's a new report from Auto Forecast Solutions that shows Ford has been hit the hardest by the global chip shortages. 5 of the top 10 vehicles most impacted are Fords, with the F-150 pickup sitting at the top of the list. But you also have the Edge and the Escape and the Transit thrown in there, too. To figure out how Ford's going to pull out all of its ambition stops and get the plans reached, let's go straight to the top. That would be Ford CEO Jim Farley. Jim, welcome to the show. You know, you couldn't hope for a better response from investors to your news today. How long has this been in the works, and why do you think the market's instantly embracing it?
Well, immediately in October, when I became the CEO and got my team together, the first thing we did was to put together our Ford Plus plan. So, you know, we're on a new path with a new plan at the company. We've been working on it for over 6 months. So this is not new, but we have a lot to do, but it's very exciting for our team.
I mean, you've got this excitement swirling around what happened last week, which is the unveiling of the F-150 Lightning, the all-electric pickup truck with the iconic blue oval on it. You got to tell me, because the last we heard there were something like 40,000 orders last week. What are you at right now?
Well, I'm happy to report, and this is just in, basically, after about a week of orders, we have 70,000. So that is an incredible response. You know, F-Series is the most popular vehicle in the United States for decades now, but for it to go to electric, you know, we really wanted to challenge convention, not just to make it an electric pickup truck. We wanted to really innovate, like power your house for 3 days.
Wait a minute. Okay, so you got to explain that to me. The car itself can power the house for 72 hours?
Yeah, so you know, what we try to do, we know this customer really well, and they start to ask us, hey, could you power my job site? Get rid of all those diesel generators I have. And then we thought, well, if we could do that for the job site, why don't we do it for people's houses? Like, you can imagine in Texas how valuable it would have been, you know, to have an F-150 Lightning. So we have bidirectional charging. It means you charge the vehicle from your house, but when your house goes down, if that happens, there's a weather event, something like that, you can power your whole house for about 3 days. It also makes for a great tailgate and a lot of fun RVing.
Yeah, you know about the tailgating, don't you? Especially for us Cleveland Browns fans, we definitely need that. Jim, you know, we're halfway through 2021, so you've got 8.5 years to hit your goal of 40% electrification by 2030. But you're faced right now smack in the middle of this global chip shortage. How are you going to reach that goal? Tell me what your situation on the ground is like regarding this shortage of chips.
Well, it's a big deal for Ford, especially given the Renesas fire. Their NACA 3 facility had a fire on March 19th. The good news is they rebuilt that facility. They're back up the ramp curve. So what we saw in the first quarter is probably what we're going to see in the third quarter, and the second half should be a little bit better, but not much. We're not counting on a lot of recovery outside of what we saw in the first quarter. The good news is we had a record profit in the first quarter. We offset 200,000 units of lost production. Our team did a great job, a lot of pricing power in the market. But we see this issue really lingering for quite some time. The good news is our base business is so much stronger. We're not losing money in Europe. We've turned around our European operations. This new lineup that we've been talking about, that's really powering our profitability in North America. And so, you know, once we get past this trough of the second quarter, I think we're looking much better.
On top of your other announcements today, you also say that you're going to actually manufacture the batteries that will go into these electric vehicles. That seems like a very tall order, becoming a battery company as well. Talk to me about partnerships, how you're actually going to do that. And you must be hiring a lot of, I would imagine, scientists and engineers then.
Well, it's a big deal. We're doing two things to vertically integrate. You know, as we move into this new world in our Ford Plus plan, we have to vertically integrate. We do not want to go through the chip situation again with batteries. So on batteries, we're doing two things. We start our own team to commercialize batteries, manufacturing, supply chain people in the company. That Ion Park is up to speed now. The second thing we're doing, as you said, is starting to develop our own battery technology with partners. So we announced the MOU with SKI Innovation. I was down at the plant last week. Really exciting to see those batteries. We're already producing prototype batteries. They will be going into the F-150 electric and the E-Transit later this year. So these batteries are up and running. They're very high quality. We think we have the highest energy density of any battery for any of the vehicle manufacturers.
Well,
so I think we're in really good shape. That's going to
how many miles will
well, for the F-150, for the F-150 and the extended battery is about 300 miles. 0 to 60 is about 4 seconds, as the president found out. So it's a lot of fun to drive. The Mach-E is already on sale. We've been sold out for like 5 months now in Europe and North America. That range is about 300 as well.
I can't let you go without asking you about China. You had gangbuster sales in China, up about 73%. But there's a lot of competition there, obviously. I mean, NIO, BYD, and Tesla has a plant there as well. How do you get the Chinese consumer to say, I want a Ford over all of these other choices?
I have one word for our business in China. That's Lincoln. Lincoln has almost doubled our sales and our market share. We've localized almost all of our Lincoln models there in China. We have a unique whole customer satisfaction system called the Lincoln Way. The Chinese consumers are really reacting to Lincoln. In fact, for the last several months, Lincoln in China has outsold Lincoln North America. How about that?
Whoa, they like their Lincolns in Shenzhen. That's unbelievable. Jim, I'm thinking you kind of have the Midas touch. The stock is up 119% year over year and up 19% month to date. So we'll be watching this incredibly closely. And I think that's fascinating, folks. Breaking news here, 70,000 orders of the Ford F-150 Lightning so far. Keep us posted, Jim. Thank you.